Hi, I'm Corey.
And I'm Mel.
Join us as we travel Australia with our daughter and our dog
In our 200 series Land Cruiser and our Jayco Journey Outback. Hello, welcome to another episode this week. Yes, I know I've fallen behind a couple of weeks. Schoolwork's fallen behind a couple of weeks, but if you saw the very first snippet of today's episode, you can see why. We're back in our hometown. So here's a little tip that we haven't seen or heard anyone talk about, and that is the reality of coming back to your hometown. No one tells you how crazy it is because you are going here, there and everywhere, catching up with everyone. So I think we've been back maybe 3 weeks now and we still haven't caught up with everyone. There's still people that I haven't told we're back because we haven't had a chance to catch up with people. And yeah, so we're falling behind on YouTube and schoolwork, so we're slowly trying to get back on top of it, but we're getting there. So keep that in mind. We're going to need another holiday. We're not technically back. We're still going to go away again. And then after that, who knows? So moving on to this week's episode, I've got the computer here in front of me so I don't forget anything. Kulin. We're calling it Kulin because we found it the most friendly place in Australia. Out of all the places we went to, this one, the locals went above and beyond to welcome us into their community, and we had an absolute ball. So the 1 week of the year that they actually set the prices for the caravan park was the 1 week we were there. It was only $20 or $25, so it wasn't crazy prices. Totally worth it. It was a beautiful little spot. Now this place, we did fall in love with this place because of that, but it's also, you can walk everywhere. There's footpaths going everywhere. It's an awesome, I forget what they called it, but it's the area where they've got the pump track for the kids. It's the kids area basically. They've got a little kids playground plus a big kids playground. They've got a skate park, basketball court, pump track. It's all linked to everything with a footpath. It was absolutely amazing, as well as the people. We happened to be there when the local races were on. The 1 year the races are on, which meant the tin horse, they have all the residents put out, make metal horses out of scraps and stuff. It's called the Tin Horse Highway. They have tin horse competitions. It's absolutely amazing. So I've put snippets in of photos and videos of tin horses that we saw. Us girls went for a bike ride around town. There was a scavenger hunt as part of the celebrations. Unfortunately, we missed out on the art and craft because there was a power outage the day we were going to go down. There was an art display. There was, last year, to celebrate the races, they had commissioned an artist to come in and paint a mural down the basketball court. It was absolutely amazing to watch that. We would go down every afternoon and have a look. I did have photos of the progress each day, but I noticed when I did this video, I've lost a lot of content off my phone, off the computer. I have no idea where it is, and I've actually found that with my next one. Now, Kulin wasn't just about the races and tin horses. That was also our base and the most friendly people we've ever met. That was our base. Our plan originally was to use it to go and day trip out and cover Wave Rock. So we have a Wave Rock covered in this episode as well. So that's enough of me rambling on. Here is this week's episode of our time exploring Kulin. Moving on from our catch up with shopping in Perth and the new van, we head south and east a little bit and find ourselves at a place called Wandering, because it's now long weekends and school holidays. It's moving day. We leave Wandering and head east to a little town called Kulin.
Welcome back, guys. So obviously new caravan means more mods or new mods. So don't even think we've had the caravan for a week yet and the mods have already started. So just a quick run around of what I've done so far. So obviously the first mod we did was I added the Aussie Traveller anti-flap kits. So obviously a must, especially with these electric awnings. As you can see, I've only got one spreader bar in at the moment. Where we bought it from, they only had one in stock, so I'll pick up another one hopefully when we get down to Esperance and fit it in there. But yeah, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking drilling into, you know, a new van to mount the brackets, and then also drilling into the drum to line them up. Another little mod that I'd done, obviously the bloke at Jayco tried to sell them us. They were $280 I think it was. So it was the support arms for here. So what I've done is, if we can see, I'll just turn the camera around. Well, I'll get around this way, back of the sun. So there is a hole which is covered by a little plastic clip in the awning arms. And I've just used the trusty poles off our Rhino awning. And they just, yeah, once it's strapped down, it's as solid as a rock. So touch wood, hopefully that works well. The next mod that I've done, which was this morning, was with the wastewater. So we just walk around to the other side of the van. So what I've done is for the washing machine, if Jayco owners will know, so far we don't have a grey water tank, so we're just working around that, but the waste for the washing machine has its separate own outlet. So I'll just spin the camera around here real quickly. So, which is there. So most people know it's just got this fitting and then just a hose tail on the end of it. So, firstly I modded up this little bracket just to hold it firmly in place. It was just held in there by friction. So I've put that on there, mounted that up there so it's nice and firm, can't slide up and down. And then I've got some cam lock fittings that were on the drains for the water tanks, which bit of a silly spot for them really. So I've changed them over to some fittings and put garden hose fittings on them so I can fast fill them from the bottom, and put the cam lock fittings on there. And then obviously once we get the grey water tank and get rid of this ugly bit of gear, I'll put the other cam lock fitting on there for the grey water tank. And then yeah, so yeah, that's it. Couple of little quick tips, mods. There'll be definitely more to come, and would definitely like to hear from the Jayco crowd. Obviously shaking all over the place here, camera won't stay still. Yeah, so we'd definitely love to hear from the Jayco community on what other mods that we can do and what's good for the, you know, our particular Jayco journey out back. Definitely some of the mods on the cards is the jockey wheel. We'll definitely get rid of that. I'm thinking about replacing it with a Boss 370 jockey leg. Just got to try and find, hopefully someone in WA might have stock. I've contacted them and they're telling me 6 to 10 week wait through them, so hopefully someone over there will have something. Oh sorry, someone over here will have something. If not, looks like we might have to go down a different path. But yeah, cheers guys.
As you can see, we have made our way to Wave Rock. So the sheer scale of this is absolutely massive. It's about 15 meters high, according to the sideboards, and dog friendly is the other thing. So as you can see, we're walking up to the dam wall where they created a water reservoir for water storage. So now we're about to climb up to have a look into the dam, and they actually created, for those that don't know, there's a rock wall which they across the top of the wave, which they created to capture all the water runoff going and feed it into the dam. The views are absolutely breathtaking and go forever up here. We now find ourselves at the other end of this granite rock formation at the hippo's yawn. So let's go get eaten by granite hippo. Okay, one thing that is a little bit poor here in the Wave Rock precinct is information on how far everything is. So we're now walking out to Lake Magic, but we have no idea how far we are walking. According to the maps, if they're to scale, we're walking the shortest distance in and out, but it's also wildflower season, so there's reds, orange, yellows, pinks all through the area. But yes, apparently the total loop, you can do a full loop, which is about 3.3 k's, I think. It's 3-point-something kilometers, the full loop. So at least we're doing less than 3 k's. Oh, look at that. It's shorts and t-shirts weather again. We've finally found the sun and the warmer weather. So Wandering was the coldest town in WA, and we can definitely vouch for that. One night was 0 degrees, but felt like -2. Or yeah, that was one morning at 6 AM when we got up. So it's yeah, a nice change. We didn't have to have the heater on last night, which is good as well. Now here's a little tip if you're coming out to this region or area: mozzie repellent. Yes, there are mozzies and they're huge, so if you're coming out, don't forget your mozzie repellent. Luckily, we have some in the car permanently, so we didn't get caught out today, but mozzie repellent. So this is the resort pool, which information says it has an extremely high salt content, so you float beautifully, which we didn't. I completely forgot that we could bring our swimmers today, but you do need to have a shower afterwards to wash all the salt off. But all those little cabanas on the outside have toilets and showers, so you can shower straight off right there. So now we're just passing the resort and heading over to Lake Magic. It actually wasn't that too bad of a walk. Maybe, I don't know, 800 meters. So let's find Lake Magic. So way over in the background is your wave rock. And then that's not Lake Magic, but that's where it feeds into. And here is Lake Magic. Okay, so we're here. It's Lake Magic, but why is it called Lake Magic? Sorry, we can't answer that question because there's no boards, information boards over here to explain why it's called Lake Magic. It is like a perfectly round circle.
But it is man-made as well, so...
It is man-made.
I think that's what it's...
and I know it's a salt lake, but why Lake Magic? I have no idea. If you know, please let us know in the comments, or yeah, that'd be great. So something I've forgotten to mention so far, which I had no idea until we got here, you have to pay to come here. So I don't know, Corey found a ticket machine in the car park, so I'm not sure how much it was, but you do have to pay to come here as well.
Well, I'm let loose with the GoPro now. Mulka's Cave is one of the most significant Aboriginal rock art sites in Western Australia, with a total of 452 motifs. Stencils or paintings have been recorded in the 3 chambers. So, pretty important for the local Indigenous communities. So let's go for a walk and have a look. Apparently it's about a 1.2 kilometre walk if you do the whole lot. So here we are going into the entrance of Mulka's Cave. Yeah, bit of a grim story, bit of a dark path to a dark cave.
So if you haven't cottoned on yet, we're on the Tin Horse Highway, which is all part of the Kulin bush races.
Which starts this weekend, which we knew nothing about. So
Yeah, no idea, we're just passing through.
apparently it's the busiest weekend in Kulin for the whole entire year.
Well, even the week before. The lead-up week is massive as well, so...
4,000 tickets and they sold out in 63 seconds.
And it is just caravan after caravan going out, because camping is included in your ticket. Be interested to know how much tickets are.